It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll go all the way back to October 22nd of the year 2024 when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Boston Bruins at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his line combinations and defensive pairings in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Stamkos, Sissons, Marchessault make up your second line. Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista, LaRue, McCarron, and Smith make up your fourth line, so LaRue making his NHL debut for this Nashville Predators team. Shea and Yossi are your top defensive pairing, Luzon and Carrier, and then Del Gaizo and Shen. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are only 13 seconds into this first period, and it's Pastrnak off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking on Nyquist. So the first thing that happens in this game is a penalty against Boston. The Nashville Predators off to the power play. O'Reilly then picks up a penalty for interference. That's going to make it 4-on-4 before we find our first shot on goal, and that is stopped by Swayman. Luzon took the shot. That is technically the first shot on goal of the game. Saros then comes up with his first save of the game on Zadorov. We go back to even strength hockey, and at 3:15 we find Shen and Kostelik off to the box, 5 minutes each for fighting. And to be honest with you, Shen never really got going in this one, and it was a bit of a lopsided affair. 3:50 now of the first period. It's Swayman coming up with a save on Del Gaizo. 6:25 of the first period. Evangelista comes up with the wide shot on the 2-on-1 rush opportunity missed right there by the Nashville Predators. At 7:44 of the first period, it's Shea off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. UC Saros comes up with the save on Moorhead. Then Saros comes up with a save on Lindholm. And then Saros comes up with a save on Zacha on the back post at the 11:25 mark of the first period. It's Jones off the box. 2 minutes for interference. This puts the Nashville Predators on the power play. Swayman, big save on Jonathan Marchessault, and then another save on Ryan O'Reilly. Back to even strength again at the 15:28 mark of the first period. Swayman coming with a save on Steven Stamkos at the 17:05 mark of the first. It's Jones off to the box for the second time in this period. This time 2 minutes for tripping. This time, the Nashville Predators are going to capitalize. It is Ryan O'Reilly with his second goal of the season, making it 1-0 in favor of the Nashville Predators. It was a low slot deflection off of Yossi's shot, but that description doesn't quite do the justice. It was, in fact, O'Reilly cutting across the slot, reaching behind him with the stick and getting the deflection off of Yossi's straightaway shot from out high. So O'Reilly cashes on the power play. The Preds take a 1-0 lead. 17:30 of the first period now. Saros comes up with a save on Pasternak's backhand on the breakaway, and it's just like the Predators' luck so far this season to score a big power play goal, then almost give up a breakaway goal just seconds later, 25 seconds after scoring. 19:43 of the first. Now it's Saros coming with a save on Zacha. That takes us to the intermission, with the Predators leading 1-0 and out shooting the Boston Bruins 14-9. Into the clean sheet of the second period, we're 1 minute and 26 seconds in, and it's UC Saros back to work, coming with a save on Zadorov at 2:08 of the second. Saros comes up with a save on Coher at 3:21 of the second period. It's Saros coming with a save on Geeky at the 3:49 mark of the second. Saros coming with a save on Carlo. So you've heard UC Saros' name quite a bit here to start the period. As a matter of fact, the Boston Bruins would pile up several shots on goal here in the first 5 minutes. Swayman would make his first save at 5:39 of the second period on Del Gaizo. And then at the 7-minute mark, Zadorov would be off the box. 2 minutes for hooking on Carey. Peak comes up with a shot block on the continuation that saved a goal in the crease right there on the goal line. Very impressive awareness by the defenseman to be there and prevent the Nashville Predators from scoring. The Preds go to the power play, but it is UC Saros going to work. He's coming with a save on Marchand, then Saros is coming with a save on Lindholm, and these were two really good shorthanded scoring chances for the Boston Bruins. At the 9:54 mark of the second period, it's LaRue coming up with a shot on goal. It's stopped by Swayman, but notable because it's his first shot on goal of his career in his first ever game. 10:56 into the second period, a little bit more than halfway through now. It's Nyquist hitting the post off of the rush at 12:53. It is McCoy off to the box, 4 minutes for high sticking, and that is going to be on Stamkos. Swayman comes up with a save on Forsberg. Then Swayman comes up with another save on Sissons. Swayman will come up with another save on Novak, and one more on Luke Evangelista's deflection. McAvoy out of the box after 4 minutes. The Boston Bruins are able to survive, bend not break on this opportunity. But at the 16:55 mark, back to even strength hockey, it is Tommy Novak scoring for the Nashville Predators. His third goal already this season. Luke Evangelista makes the bank pass off of Swayman off to the low slot where Novak was waiting. And Novak with the finish gives the Nashville Predators a 2-0 lead here in the second period. Now the shots on goal, the Predators just jumping up here in shots on goal at the end of the period. 31 total through 2 periods. The Boston Bruins are at 23. We go to the back side of the sheet, and we find ourselves in the third period. We're only 7 seconds into the third period, and it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Pastrnak in all alone set play off the opening puck drop, executed almost to perfection by the Boston Bruins up until the final second when the shot was taken and UC Saros turned it aside. 2:26 into the third period. It is Zacha hitting the crossbar at the 2:42 mark. Smith off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. That's going to put the Nashville Predators back on the penalty kill, and UC Saros back to work, coming up with a save on Zacha, then coming up with another save on Pastrnak. The Predators survive this one and get back to even strength. The 9-minute mark of the third, it's Swayman coming up with a save on Luzon. 11:15 of the third, it's Swayman coming up with a save on Brady Shea. And at 12:47 now of the third period, it's Nyquist getting his first goal of the season. It was a bit of a changeup of a wrist shot, a release that was a little bit tricky after the look-off, and it was this time Nyquist not hitting the post, but cashing in, giving the Nashville Predators a 3-0 lead over the Boston Bruins with his first goal of the season. 13:55. Yes, 13:55. We're in the empty net scenario already, so the extra attacker on Luke Evangelista gets his first goal of the season from his own defensive zone, picked it up off the wall, and with confidence just threw it down the ice right into the net, and that's exactly how you do it. 4-0 now in favor of the Nashville Predators. Still a little bit of time to go. Brady Shea would pick up a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping at 15:39. Saros would have to come up with a save on Marchand, and Alex Carey would have to come up with a big block shot to preserve the shutout. 17:42 of the third. Saros one last save on Zadorov. That secures the shutout. The Nashville Predators beat the Boston Bruins 4-0 at Bridgestone Arena for their first win of the season in their 6th game of the season. They do outshoot the Boston Bruins 42-33 overall, and for the Nashville Predators, the trend of outshooting their opponents and putting up quite high shot volume continues. What was different in this game is, well, the Nashville Predators scored 4 goals. They found a way to pick up a victory, and UC Saros was much better in net in this game compared to his other starts this season. That's got you all caught up on what happened between the Nashville Predators and the Boston Bruins. Again, the Preds, congratulations, they pick up their first victory of the season, and it was definitely a different style, a different feel. The Nashville Predators felt so much more engaged in this particular game. The Boston Bruins are a very solid Eastern Conference opponent. The Nashville Predators have certainly had their issues against them in the past, as many teams in the NHL have. So for the Nashville Predators, a big victory against this Boston Bruins team. That's going to do it for the Reverse Sports full game recap. Full analysis, box score, and more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.